Next question is from Jeff Burns on Instagram. Hey, Adam, quick question for you. I made a Kolsch for a very small brewery in Ohio, and I currently have it carbonating in the bright tank. It's a 3-barrel batch. I used Omega's Kolsch 2 liquid strain and actually fermented it at 65 degrees Fahrenheit and then cold crashed it. Now, tasting it in my bright tank, which is inside a cooler, I'm tasting diacetyl. I've looked up how to possibly get rid of that diacetyl, which most I've seen is to keg the beer and then store the kegged beer warm or at room temp for 3 weeks or so. I wanted to ask you if you think this might be okay. I thought about transferring this batch back into a fermenter, X, Y, and Z. I appreciate the advice. Also, I see you're going to be at the OCBA conference in Toledo in January. Can't wait. Hit me up, dude. Hit me up. The beer has been filtered. That's what I asked. So the beer has been filtered. So the beer has no yeast. And that's our ding, ding, ding moment for this answer. Okay. You can do whatever you want with that beer with no yeast in it. It's clear. It's done. You can throw it in kegs. You can warm it up. Nothing's going to happen. Okay. Because functionally what's happening is yeast need to reabsorb that diacetyl. Okay. That movie theater butter character in it. Now we can talk adding things like a diacetyl test to your program. You can give that a Google, but essentially a relatively sealed vessel, heat it up, sample of that beer, heat it up, and then you can smell the aromatics on it. That diacetyl will be more evident at that point, and that could have saved you up front. Also, I have a video on that process, but so you can probably Google that or search it in YouTube. Adam makes beer and diacetyl butter, things like that. So that'll show you how I do diacetyl test. But I think the only fix you're looking at here, man, is using the technique of krausening. Okay. And I think you need to get that beer warm again in another vessel. And I think you probably need to get, my guess is ballpark of 10% of the volume, maybe 5 to 10% of the volume, but 5 to 10% of the volume. I'm leaning toward 10 of the volume of a similar beer with a similar yeast strain, similar color, and that is actively fermenting. All right. That's like on day 1 or 2 of fermentation. And you need to take 10% of that fermenting beer and krausen it and add it to that now room temperature diacetyl beer, because it's going to be the active yeast that will reconsume or reuptake or uptake that diacetyl. Putting it in a tank, throwing dried yeast at it probably isn't going to do it. Taking a slurry and throwing at it, maybe, but you want active yeast that's rolling. Okay. That's the fix there. That's the fix there. So hope it works out well for you. Please say hello to me in the great city of Toledo. All right. Days away, essentially. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're going to maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.